Move right into our second game. Athena will be the next map, and we'll see it here on our screen in just a moment. When we see it, then we'll talk. Well, there you go, Artosis. Talk a little bit about Athena.
Well, you know, Athena is a 3-player map, a new map that is actually very popular right now in Korea. And it's actually kind of a Terran map. I mean, there's a lot of terrain there for Terran to abuse, but of course, neither of these players are Terran. You know, I'm not too sure exactly how these two are going to match up here. I mean, Savior has shown us already that, you know, he is good even on the Protoss map, so I don't know.
You know, another thing to keep in mind is, you know, the main, your main inside of your base is kind of small. It's kind of an awkward map. So, I mean, you're certainly having to build a lot of your buildings elsewhere. So
forcing an expansion. Or
yeah.
All right. Well, we're waiting for, looks like Savior to join into the game, and we'll get started here in just a moment. So we saw Savior pick up that first map. Obviously, winning this matchup is a big deal because it gives you that sort of extra pass or get out of jail free card, because in the grand finals bracket, if you've gone undefeated, then you basically, you know, get a free loss if it actually comes to that. Who do you think would benefit more in the grand finals by having that free pass? Would it be Savior or would it be Jangbi?
I'm gonna have to just go with Savior.
Yeah, same for me actually. But, you know, it's hard to say. It all boils down to psychology, and these guys all think differently. So I guess we're just going to have to find out in a little bit.
All right. So Athena is the map as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure what they're exactly saying. Oh, you set the map up as Troy. Good job, Tasteless.
We got to make a new map.
Everyone call Tasteless a newbie, please.
Take it back.
All right, we're getting the game started in just a second. Game 2 featuring Savior and Jangbi. We'll get started here. Now we've got it in. Thank you, Count Tastula, for hooking that up. And,
my pleasure.
There we go. We're in game, and you can tell these guys that we are ready to go whenever they are ready.
And we're going.
You guys ready for game 2?
Yeah, make some noise. And the game is starting now.
All right, game 2 between Savior and Jangbi. Savior picked up game number 1. Now game 2. Will it go in Jangbi's favor? Guys, take it away.
All right, well, we're looking at the map right now, and it does look like Jangbi's going to be over here at the far left spot. Over here at the bottom is going to be Savior.
You know, Nick, I'm wondering, as a Protoss player, how do you like to open this map? Do you like to be more aggressive, or is it always the Forge Expand?
You know, I think if you can do the Forge Expand safely, you might as well do it. But, you know, it's so common now for Zerg players to be practicing against that, you know, they can try to do something different to kind of throw their opponents off. So I'm going to leave it up to Jangbi, but if I were playing, I'd do the Forge Expand.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there. I mean, the metagame is switching around a little bit, but that Forge Expand, it is so powerful. So I'm guessing that we're going to see Savior do a 5 pool.
Are we oh my God. All right, well, Savior's going to take a massive risk here. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that doing a 5-pull rush can actually be quite strong against a fast expand. It can kind of throw off the timing. And, you know, Savior says, okay, I'm ahead of game. I might as well take a big risk now.
Yeah, I mean, if this works, Jangbi, he's going to be, you know, tears down his cheeks, red ears. He is going to be very angry because this is a very cheesy rush. And it involves some luck.
Yeah, certainly. I think he's basically looking at his opponent and saying, well, I think he's going to play like this. And if I'm right, and I think he's actually doing that, you know, this could really work in my favor.
And we see it right now that the probe actually is going to scout Savior last. So this is going to be a very late find on that 5 pool. And the 5 pool is almost done right now. So this could work out very well. It's just, is Savior going to know in time where Jangbi's main is?
I wish we could see the look on this probe's face when he sees Zerglings already leaving Savior's base. Now, Jangbi's going to go ahead and get the Forge. He says, I haven't seen my opponent. He could be rushing me. Now, he's going to be in a bit of a shock, though, when he sees what kind of rush that's going to turn into.
Yeah, and the probe is going to come right in, see those Zerglings, and Savior running right past. Very smart, not chasing that probe at all. And I am sure that Savior's making even more Zerglings right here. We see that Overlord is going to check out the top right position, so Savior has perfect timing on this 5 pool. You can tell he's practiced it, and he knows he can get over there in time.
And these cannons are warping, and it looks like Jangbi's going to have to bring his probes down here. It's all going to boil down to this moment. If it doesn't work for Savior, he could be in a lot of trouble if Jangbi doesn't hold out this in his front.
I don't know what's going to come down to the execution. And the Zerglings targeting probes right now. 1 probe going down, and nice micro here by Jangbi. 2 probes going out, 3 probes, 4 probes, 5 probes.
And he's going to try to rush by.
If he gets by there, it is going to be the end of the game. Only 2 Zerglings, though, so actually some nice probe drills, and he can clean that up, but he lost a lot of probes there.
Well, at this point in time in the game, it looks like Savior's going to have to try to use these Zerglings as much as possible to slow these probes down. You can see Jangbi microing probes away on the edge. Now, he does not want to lose the Zerglings, and at the same time, Jangbi doesn't want to lose any probes. Now, every time we see these probes stop mining and try to attack, he's just losing money.
Yeah, he is, and all Savior has to do right now, he has to just micro those Zerglings all the way. He cannot overcommit them. If you get them too far in there, the probes are going to drill right over them, screw up their AI, and kill them with their crazy little particle beams.
Yes, those deadly probe particle beams, they can definitely mess up some Zerglings if they do manage to catch them in that. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that Savior is not going to be aggressive anymore at all. He's going to take this opportunity to keep his opponent's economy slowed down, and meanwhile, he's going to keep making drones. So these 2 Zerglings are going to deal a lot of damage. And you can see, once again, a very effective play here, forcing those probes to not mine. A little bit of cat and mouse going on here. Does not want to lose either Zergling. Having only 1 Zergling will make this a lot less effective.
Oh yeah, the second Zergling is everything. Those probes heal themselves, so really he needs those double hits or this would be almost totally ineffective.
Taking a look down here, looks like the expansion nearing completion here. A lot of drones here for Savior. Probably about as many drones as Jangbi has probes, which is certainly a position you don't want to be in. Savior's looking pretty good right now.
Guys, take me real quickly through this. Had he gotten those 5 Zerglings through, what ultimately would his goal would have been?
Well, the same thing he was doing here. It looks like, by the way, he did kill off the 2 Zerglings, so the harassment's going to end. But yeah, if he had gotten all of them through there, he would have been doing the exact same thing he would be doing with 2. And a lot of times you'll see players actually attack the Nexus if they have a lot of Zerglings to try to draw the probes out even further.
Yeah, but, you know, if he did get those 5 through, the game would already be over. Just the 2, he did a lot of damage to that, as you could see. And Savior is getting into an excellent position. We see he's actually taking a 3rd base over in the right side of the map right there.
Well, it looks like now our Protoss player, Jangbi, is going to try to sneak out of here with a probe. He needs to figure out what's going on. Of course, the Nexus only just now starting. Now, take a look over here at Savior. He's getting some Vespian gas now. I think there's a high chance he could be getting an early layer. Now, I think it would be smart for him to use the Zergling to try to block the ramp. He doesn't want to let that drone get up there.
And we see that he already has a drone actually on his ramp. He does not want the probe to scout him, and that's going to be so hard for Jangbi. I mean, he is so far away from scouting. It's going to take him forever to get something inside of Savior's main.
His gateway is only just started. I mean, that's actually how behind he is right now. And you know what? I'm guessing that we're going to see a Muta Rush judging from this layer right here.
I got to go with you on that one. Definitely some Mutas, and that Corsair is going to be so late. It's going to be popping out as the Mutas come in almost.
Yeah, it might even be too late for that. I mean, he doesn't even have a cybernetics core up yet. He can't make that until the gateway finishes.
Indeed, he can't. But you know, Jangbi, a very good player. If anyone can live through this, it is definitely him.
Yeah, well, we're going to see if Jangbi's going to be ready for this. We already saw in that last game, Jangbi does not play well blindfolded. I mean, does not play well in the dark, and I think we could see that coming up here again.
Oh, sure. And Savior, look at this. He is just making pure drone right now. He knows how late everything is for Jangbi. So Jangbi, he is playing from so far behind. If he can make anything out of this game, he is a hero.
You know, a lot of good Protoss players, when they do the fast expand build, they just keep rushing with one Zealot and trying to attack drones, and that forces the Zerg to stop making drones and make Zerglings. But you know, when you get the gateway out this late, I mean, there's literally nothing the Protoss can do about it. And you can see the first Zealots out here, and I don't even know. Okay, it does look like Jangbi's going to try to be aggressive with it.
I think he's probably going to scout around a little bit, and that's very good, actually, because the only Zerglings Savior has, actually, they are running through the map now. So this Zealot, he did see, and he will stop that from killing any drones at his expansion on the side.
Looks like we do have a Spire up over here, or at least it's going to be on the way. About halfway finished. Now, when that Spire gets up, it's going to be bad news for the Protoss. Now, what is the Protoss taking to? Another Stargate, but look at that. That's pretty far behind. By the way, Zergling speed. He's going to try to rush in there.
Oh, trying to get right up that ramp, and it looks like the probe's a nice block there, but he gets a lot of Zerglings in.
Here we go again. And one thing he can do here with his Zerglings, he can also keep his opponent from making cannons. Meanwhile, these Mutalisks are going to be warping in over here. Jangbi, I think, is going to try to make this cannon, but I don't know if it's going to be very effective.
You know, as soon as he cleans up that Zealot, but nice micro there by Jangbi to stop so many Zerglings. Only 2 left. Really, he wanted to get rid of that cannon, but the fact that there's only going to be 1 cannon there, I think Savior's going to roll right over this main base.
Yeah, I think there's a high chance of that, and you can see that Jangbi's still pretty preoccupied. Nice micro, by the way, with that probe.
And the Spire just finishing right about now. A lot of larva saves so far with Savior, so he is going to have a lot of mutas popping right out. There we go.
Yeah,
Eggs going up at all the hatches, so it looks like he might have 6 to 8 mutas going right at Jangbi, and one cannon and one goon is not going to do anything against that.
I do think that, okay, well, the Corsair's coming out, but he's going to be in a shock. Instead of just now seeing the Spire finish like the last game, he's going to be there just in time to see Mutalisks popping out.
And some Scourge popping out for Savior this game, so he is going to be able to kill this Corsair extremely easily, and here the mutas come.
Well, this is a moment where definitely Jangbi's looking inside of his opponent's base. He sees, spots the Spire, spots the lair, bam!
Oh.
This is getting really bad for Jangbi right now. Okay, so all of a sudden you can see a moment of panic over here at Jangbi's base where he's frantically trying to warp in cannons.
Savior right now is just clumping up the mutas. Here he goes into the main base of Jangbi. Only one cannon there. Another Corsair out, though, and a Dragoon. What is Savior going to do? He's going to target that cannon, and once he kills that, it's going to be very hard to hold on to this base.
And he's going to go right for that Corsair. Now, it's all up to this moment. Jangbi, once again, is going to have to keep his main alive. And you can see he knows all he has to do is attack these cannons.
A lot of damage being done by the Corsair, though, because he is just taking pot shots at the mutas. And here come the Scourge to save the day. Very hard position here for Jangbi.
Fantastic control here. And I think he can chase down another Corsair. Meanwhile, these Corsairs are on the run. This one as well. Oh my gosh. I think this is it. I don't know if he can recover from this.
I think you're right, Caseless. I mean, look at this. Jangbi is just getting further and further behind. Savior is just rallying mutas out of all his hatcheries, taking yet another base on the right side of the map. So it's going to be 4 base against 2 base, and he is spending all of his money trying to warp in cannons that are being destroyed.
I think there's no way he can recover this now, especially with the Mutalisks coming back in there. Now he's going to try to move over here, chase that Corsair back. This Nexus is completely useless. You can see air weapons is being upgraded over here at the Cybernetics core. He's doing everything possible to try to make his Corsairs useful this game. Meanwhile, Savior is expanding yet again. Even if this attack doesn't work, Savior's economy is going to be way too powerful.
Oh, certainly way too powerful, but he is still making Corsairs to stop these mutas. Is Savior going to transition into a Hydralisk? I'm not too sure. I do see a Den in his main, but still a lot of mutas and Scourge being rallied into the main of Jangbi.
Oh no, here we go again. It looks like he's going to try to chase him down. The Nexus is about to be picked up. Actually, no, he's going to switch over to the Cybernetics core because he doesn't want to let that air weapons upgrade finish. And the Nexus goes down anyways.
Yeah, the splash damage of the mutas taking down that Nexus. But right now, Jangbi is being very smart. If you see it as natural, he's defending it well, making Corsairs. He does not want to lose those, and he's switching right over to Reaver. He knows that any tech switch to Hydra would bowl over those 2 measly cannons very quickly.
Yeah, and I think Savior's aware of that as well, but he might try to go for the Hydra break. Anyways, here's some more Corsairs. I think he's going to chase them all the way back into his main, or at least he could if he wanted to. And I think the Dragoon, nope, the Dragoon will manage to escape.
It looks like we're going to see Savior just go for it all the way. Maybe not, though. He really wants to Scourge these couple of Corsairs, and if he does, that probe line is just his for the taking.
Yeah, I don't think it's physically possible for Jangbi to recover right now. You can see Jangbi's doing a good job with the Corsairs, but it just does not matter. I mean, Savior is a monster right now. He cannot be stopped.
Yeah, Savior right now, 4 bases. He's re-droning right now, actually, making a lot of drones at every base, really getting his economy up, and he's just going to explode with the Hydra macro in a minute here.
You can see he does have a few Corsairs here, but he's really not able to salvage anything. The only thing left for Savior, if he wanted to kill it off, would be a pylon.
And Savior doesn't want that pylon. He is backing off with those mutas, looking for another angle. He definitely wants to keep Jangbi in his base. He does not want, and Jangbi really, he has 1 probe out on the map and 1 Zealot. Not a lot of good that's going to do against like 6 hatch Hydra.
Oh, well, he might not even have 1 probe now. Okay. Yes, indeed, he will not have 1 probe. And I think this is going to be pretty interesting. I do not think there's any way Jangbi can come back unless he manages to kill off a lot of drones with these 2 Reavers. I don't think he's going to move out until shuttle speed's done, and it actually looks like it just got done.
And it looks like Jangbi wants to retake the main, but Savior flying right in, going to put an end to that immediately, getting rid of that cannon that was warping in. And just 4 Corsairs for Jangbi, so not too much he can do if Savior's good with these Scourge.
And it does look like, meanwhile, while his opponent's occupied, he's going to send out the shuttle. Now, I don't know. Actually, this could be bad. But, yeah, wow, Savior's actually pretty prepared for this. I think he's aware of what's going to happen. All right. And barely getting out of there. Okay, here comes the shuttle now.
A lot of Scourge, though, over at these bases. Very ready for this. Several Zerglings as well. And will it fly? Flies right between those Scourge. Very nice micro there by Jangbi. But it's going to be hard to keep that alive.
I don't think Savior's paying attention. All of a sudden, Savior realizes what's going on. All of his attention is going to be focused on the speed shuttle. Now, the speed shuttle is faster than the Scourge, faster than the Mutalisks, but he's going to have to be good at dodging stuff.
Yeah, he's really going to have to practice that sort of thing. Oh, and it goes down very quickly. Many drones dead, actually. That has about 7 kills right now on that Reaver. But the Hydras now are coming up, and this is going to make Jangbi feel really bad. Once Savior starts on the real Hydralisk macro, Jangbi's front is just going to fall extremely quickly.
And you can see just now Jangbi is going to try to regain control of this main, and that could actually be, well, if he manages to get it up, it'll be good. But keep in mind, he doesn't really have the 2 Reavers there like he did before. He doesn't have a shuttle yet. He's going to have to hold this off, and I think Savior's going to go for a break at the entrance.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go for a break up here. And with the Mutas, he's going to be able to target those Reavers while the Scourge Suicide chasing the Corsairs away. So I think that Savior's going to do a very good job with this break.
I think I don't know if this is going to be a real drop or a fake drop. Sometimes good players will just get a whole bunch of Overlords with Overlord speed and fly into your main and make it look like they're actually dropping you, and then they take all their attention away from their front, and then they try to break there. So we'll see what exactly he's going to do. He's going to try to break in here. Jangbi's doing a good job blocking here.
Oh, Scourge flying right in, killing a couple Corsairs.
Whoa.
And wow, a very nice stop on that break. Just a pile of blood there at the entrance.
Wow.
Still a Reaver left with half health, so really a good defense there by Jangbi.
That was probably not supposed to happen for Savior. I think he did not expect to lose all of his units like that. And wow, that was actually quite a heavy blow. I mean, he basically just took all his units and said, hey, why don't you kill these so we can even this game up a little bit. And I think now he's going to regain this main, and this is really swinging back in Jangbi's favor. Not that he's in the lead right now, but he's at least starting to gain some ground.
Yeah, but Savior also taking more ground, taking a 5th base, the top right natural. He's putting a hatchery down at right now. And it looks like Savior just kind of spreading around the map right now, playing a little bit more carefully. Looks like he wanted to finish it quickly, and now he's kind of kicking himself.
Now, you know, he does have air dominance here with the Corsairs, so the Mutalisks are not as much of a threat. Now he's going to try to fly around the map with the shuttle and the Reavers and see if he can do some more harassment.
Yeah, and this Reaver, I don't know how much more damage he's going to be able to do. Savior is really well defended all around. He has sunken spore colonies, Hydra spread around the map, and there's just not too much damage that can be done to Savior. He can reproduce drones very, very quickly. He has a lot of hatcheries. I mean, he just reproduced even more drones, so he is on top of keeping his economy together.
Yeah, I got to say, Jangbi, for being in the absolutely terrible, disastrous position he's been in this entire game, he's doing a really good job of playing this out.
He is, and these Corsairs just keep flying around, basically scouting the map, making everything run around, chasing them, picking off whatever Overlords they can, you know, scouting so much. It's very good moves by Jangbi. He's using the units he does have extremely well right now.
You know, one thing Zerg generally like to do is they like to surround you with Overlords and just have map dominance, and I think that's what he's forcing his opponent to not do. But meanwhile, over here, while he's got his opponent distracted, he's going to try to move in here for a drop!
And it looks like that Sunken was not morphed in time, but a nice kill with that Scarab. About 3 drones or so going down, and it's going to get out of there before the Scourge come out. So if Jangbi keeps this up all game and Savior does a couple more failed breaks, Jangbi can come back.
Okay, I think Zalt Legs may be done pretty soon here, and when he gets this, I guess they're going to get done pretty soon. +1 attack also finishing. So he's now going to move out. Now the Zealots with the Shuttle Reaver are pretty strong, so he may actually be able to do some serious damage.
Yeah, it looks like he does have 2 Reavers in that shuttle, I believe, because 1 Reaver was, in fact, left at home. So it looks like this will be a decent army here. How many Hydras does Savior have? They're all around the map. Very hard to tell right now.
He's going to move in here with the Reavers, using those, very nice play here.
Savior right now, he does have the 1-1 upgrades, though. A lot of Hydras spread around, so as long as he can keep track of where the army is, he can do a good job. But that comes right back to the Corsairs we saw earlier flying around, really clearing out the Overlords. So Savior right now playing blind to exactly where Jangbi's army is.
Oh, and you can see that he's actually upgraded Burrow as well. Now, that's really strong against players who are getting Reavers. They can unburrow all of a sudden and shoot down the shuttle. Okay, Lurkers are out now. I don't think this is going to be too effective for Jangbi. He's going to have to back up, and he's definitely not going to be able to lose that shuttle.
And he does not lose that shuttle, but he does not have any observers right now, we should note. So really, these Lurkers are going to be a perfect defense against the Zealots.
All right, looks like he's going to try to slip back in here. I'm in the corner, but this is, in fact, not going to be effective. This is a shuttle's nightmare, this little area over here.
But Savior not really watching the mini-map too much. I mean, that shuttle is all over the place, but a nice battle going on up here. Savior picking off some extra Zealots, and Jangbi, he does have his main mining pretty well at this point.
Well, you can see that Savior's just well defended everywhere. I think he's just going to try to starve his opponent out. And you can see, meanwhile, he's going to try to sneak an expansion over here. This Mutalisk just barely out of range of that pylon.
But Savior right now going up with some lurkers towards the main, and it looks like he's just setting up a contain, overcommitted those just a little bit, and a lot of Reavers right now for Jangbi. Looks like he has maybe 4 Reavers and a bunch of Speed Zealots, so that is actually a pretty good army against Hydra Lurker.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Now, he's going to get this cannon up. If he can get one cannon up and then maybe try to warp in about 5 more, he could throw the Zerg off. He might not be able to counterattack in time. And I think it's about to get spotted. It did just get spotted. So once again, Jangbi, someone whose economy is suffering greatly right now, is going to be in a lot of trouble if he can't get this expansion up. And Observer is out as well.
And it looks like the Zealots are going out. Jangbi wants to be on the offensive here, but Savior, he has so many bases. I am just kind of waiting for him to get to this massive army. But it looks like he may even be producing some more Mutalisks down there.
He did not manage to get that shuttle. Wow, Savior taking heavy losses here. Jangbi really breaking in here. But take a look at this. Savior does have a very large army that is still waiting to encounter the army of Jangbi's.
And, you know, he has +1 flying carapace, actually. So making more and more Mutas has a lot of Scourge. And Mutas are going to be excellent if he can get rid of these Corsairs.
Oh, this could be really bad. The Zealots could trip over to the Lurkers over here. The Mutalisks just dominate. There it is. Good game. Savior did it. And that is how a pro gamer wins with a 5 pool.
And of course, we'll want you to go in a little bit more detail about that, guys. Savior is going to take it the guy in the proverbial slump, so you could say, is just eliminated the guy that you guys thought might actually win this tournament.
Yeah. I didn't think just might. I thought he would.
Let's talk about that second game. Okay, obviously, Savior had an idea, he had a plan, he had a strategy. What went right, what went wrong?
You know, I don't think there was very much that actually ended up going wrong for Savior back there. I think the 5 pull was a really smart strategy. I think he really predicted his opponent well. He was doing a great job slowing his opponent down with that micro, with the Zerglings, and then the quick tech to the Mutalisks. I mean, he was just playing that perfectly from the beginning. And even when he made that horrible blunder where he rushes in there and throws away all of his units in the mid-game stage, it didn't really matter that much because by then Savior was just too big. He had too much of the map.
Agree?
I agree, totally.
All right, well, Savior is a winner. Big round of applause for Savior. Winning it in 2 games, and now Savior gets that sort of get-out-of-jail-free card as he'll be sitting in the grand finals. And there you see the scoreboard. Savior wins it 2 games to 0. Jangbi, the Protoss player who performed very well earlier today, was taken out by the very seasoned Zerg player. And we're getting Tasteless set up for an interview right now. You know, Dan, I want to ask you kind of the same question. I mean, obviously Savior had a plan, and many times you guys said if this fails, it's going to be over for this individual. You know, Jangbi, with his back against the wall, seemed to really hold on for as much as he could. So what did Jangbi do right and do wrong in that particular match?
You know, Jangbi, he just did not scout it quick enough. He did not scout that 5 pool quick enough. And when it came, he did an excellent job of holding off. Only 2 Zerglings got in his main. Only lost maybe 5 probes. So he really played extremely well. Just Savior, you know, he got that little bit of luck that has to go with 5 pool.
All right. Well, congratulations to Savior. We've got Tasteless over with our winner right now. Tasteless, take it away.
Savior, congratulations. I think everybody out there is really proud of you and really impressed with how you played back there. How are you feeling right now?
예, 이렇게 많은 분들이 열광해 주시는 거에 대해서 대단히 감사하게 생각하고요. 이렇게 응원을 많이 해주신 덕분에 이긴 것 같아요.
He's grateful that everyone's here and cheer for the game, and that's why he won.
All right, that's awesome. All right, now you have fans down here from all over the world. I believe we actually have 26 countries, people from 26 different countries actually attending this event, and a lot of them, of course, big fans of yours. Do you have anything you want to say to all those people that were cheering for you during those games?
지금 여기에 이벤트에 온 사람들이 26개 나라에서 왔는데요. 그 팬들한테 그 많은 사람들이 또 이제 세비얼 선수를 보러 왔는데 그 팬들한테 해주고 싶은 말입니다.
이렇게 많은 분들이 응원해 주시는 거에 대해서 매번 깜짝깜짝 놀라는데 되게 진짜 힘이 많이 되는 것 같고요. 말은 잘 안 통하지 않지만 그 응원해 주신다는 느낌 잘 받고 응원해 주신 거 많이 알고 있기 때문에 대단히 감사하게 생각하고 있어요. 저 우승을 꿈꾸고 왔고 우승할 거라는 확신을 가지고 왔기 때문에 내일 결승전에서 꼭 우승하도록 하겠습니다.
He surprises every time when he comes to this event because of the crowd and fans that comes from all around the world. And he came here to win, and he will win the game tomorrow.
All right, you heard it here. Let's make some noise one more time for Xavier. He played a really entertaining game. I really enjoyed passing that. And I'm going to give it back to Marcus.
Thanks, Tasteless. I agree. A fantastic and exciting game. I know the crowd really seemed to like it. You guys were definitely seemed to be in it. And that is actually going to be the end of StarCraft today. However, the action on the RTS stage is not finished. We've got one more Warcraft 3, the Frozen Throne match, coming up after this, after a short break. So, Dan, great job. Tasteless, fantastic job. Round of applause for those guys. When we come back, Warcraft 3, the Frozen Throne, here on stage live at BlizzCon 2008. Don't go away. The 2008 BlizzCon Tournament webcast is brought to you by ATI, Dell, and by Intel.